Hi, everybody. Welcome to the new normal. I'm your host, Lisa Davis, aka Litecoin Lisa, and we are back at Nana's for Papa T's 90th birthday. So happy birthday to my dad. You guys can give a comment and a like and tell Papa T happy birthday. Thanks to everybody in the comments for dropping by. We appreciate all of you for being patient with us. We're having a little bit of craziness and technical difficulties, but I was able to get the link over to public. So he'll be joining us right after this. We've got a lot of crazy stuff going on. Oh, I forgot one more thing that I just remembered. I think the storm is upon us. We'll find out. We're not making any promises, but we're going to let you guys figure it out. We're going to bring you some information that we've dug up and see what you guys think about it. So we'll have public with us right after this. Public, welcome back. Have you on this Wednesday. Now I'll be posting this up and finding so glad to continue to see you on here. I'm glad I continued on.
Well, let me say, I can see you, but hearing you right now, it's a little sketch. I'm not really sure I made out one word. Oh, wait, now you're on. Now you're on. You're good. You're good.
Let me try. Let me go in and try to see if I can change my audio.
No, you're fine. It was really bad, and now you're clear.
It'll stabilize now.
Yeah, maybe I'm the only one that heard it.
Make sure if you're do the whole 5x5 thing. Give me I don't know what. I'm not sure what 5x5 means, but
Hankowitz says can't hear you. So yeah, but now I can hear you. So there is a little delay. Okay.
Is it just a delay or is it like?
Oh no, it was
it's my it might be my connections because we traveled to get to Mom's, so some of my equipment may not be.
You're perfectly clear now though, which is weird. The first few seconds when you were saying something to me, I was just watching you go. Oh yeah, garbly. 5-5. All right, we're good now. Everyone's saying we're good now. Right. Thanks, guys. Shout out to the chat.
Guys. Yeah.
Love you as usual.
And helping us out. Thanks. So before I run amok all over you with all this stuff that I'm so excited about finding, I don't even know quite where to begin. I think I want to start with VJ Joytish. There's this guy that I started following on Twitter, and then I found his Telegram, and I've messaged with him. He's very shy. He will not come on the show. I'm trying to get him to. He started doing private readings, so I'm like, hey, it would be a great way to promote your private readings. So maybe we've got him on the fence. But he's been doing this Vedic astrology, so he'll look at timelines and stuff. And he's been looking into the political scene a little bit, so that's been interesting. This is his latest reading, and his wife participates and helps him, which I think is really cool. And she'll do so in Vedic astrology. She'll help do these beautiful sacred geometry sand designs on the floor before he gets into his meditation or prayer or does his readings. And so he took this picture, if you follow him on Telegram, and he showed the maybe I can scroll up there and you can see some of this. See this it says a glimpse from the ceremony this morning prior to my upcoming reading. The lamp you see in this picture, I can't even pronounce that, is a divine swan that's said to have come straight from the heavens. So anyway, I just think it's kind of cool because he really shares a lot of what he does and all that. So
very cool
and then
stuff.
This is his latest timeline, and this kind of talks about the upcoming. This is from the likely events in the U.S. between August and December 2021. So it says, expect this period to be characterized as the wrath of the you-know-who, the DS. There's likely to be general fear from Sorry, hold on a minute. I'm going to put my glasses on. I can't read this from anything.
We're all getting older. Sorry.
Yeah, this is
Hold
reality.
on, let me put on my glasses.
This is the reality.
My readers.
I will be 49 in October. Let's see. So expect this period to be characterized as wrath of the DS. There's likely to be a general fear from those in charge, the left quarrels, and a spike in health issues, specifically fevers, blood-related head-eye diseases. It appears that there's an invisible hand, a master of puppets, that might be orchestrating this environment towards an objective. So harsh lockdown with limited mobility, food shortages is looming around the corner. Expect this to be announced soon, as likely as early as Monday, August 9th, and it might go into immediate effect as in midnight, Monday, August 9th. It's likely to be a rush for essential supplies shortly after, and many shelves will be empty. Supplies are likely to be rationed based on questionable ethics, and specialty items are likely to be completely unavailable. You will be well advised to stock up right now. This was all posted on August 3rd, so yesterday. There's likely to be a rush for essential supplies shortly after, and many shelves will be empty. Supplies are likely to be, I just read that, sorry. Supply chain distribution will be temporarily improved between Monday, August 16th and Wednesday, August 18th. Remember the time, Monday, August 16th. Wednesday, August 18th, for those who were unprepared. This will be a window of opportunity before the shelves will be empty once again. Post August 24th, expect continued volatility in this area, but the worst of the storm is over. Also expect the Labor Day holiday weekend to be very lackluster and characterized by continued volatility. It will not be until September 6th that some semblance of normalcy and relief will return. Expect continued vitriolic, divisive rhetoric on the access to supplies based on your status. This will be executed with some success under the garb of limited availability of supplies. Do not rely on the possibility of home deliveries, as this will be impacted significantly. You will do well to start growing essential vegetables and herbs so you have a backup plan in case the situation turns from bad to worse. Post September 13th and until November 20th, we will see a renewed weakness in the overall situation. This time will test our resolve and our patience. It will be quite frustrating, but we will still have to do our best. Take comfort in the fact that this discomfort is going away for good starting November 20th. This day marks the transition from dark to light. In the midst of this situation, the Arizona audit will be complete successfully in mid-August, and the U.S. military involvement is likely between August 15th and August 31st. If there are any audit-related court cases, do not expect any favorable movement until November 20th. The good news will come only after this date. See previous tweets for likely events in the post-November timeframe. So I hope this has been of service to you. Stay strong, blah, blah, blah. So he's done some other ones where he's done more specific information about the audit and then other stuff. Anyway, really good information.
Yeah.
So
same information coming from a bunch of different sources.
This has been jiving with what Uncle Cliff has been talking about, as well as, a lot of people. A
lot of the psychics, a lot of the mediums, a lot of the astrologers, all the same things. Yep.
Jill Jardine that we've had on talking about Bitcoin and what's going on with that and what's going on just in our country. The video that she did for Patreon that I did with SL recently, a lot of those dates. The other thing, when he mentions that August 16th date, we had that announcement. I have several things to show you guys, so I'm kind of like, don't know where to start.
You're like geeking out all over the place.
And I'm very excited. Yes. So hang with me. Let's see.
Well, let's just say I'd like to just throw in something in the meantime while you're doing this. A lot of the things he was saying about the rationings based on status. Mm-hmm. I'm reading that in New York City right now. This morning, I think it was, they just put out a mandate or whatever it is for the for the what are we calling it these days? The arm punch for the punch passport thingy, and it's now required in New York City. Proof of that for indoor dining, fitness, and entertainment.
Right.
And so the theater district,
a good little citizen, you
right.
get to eat inside.
Broadway just happens to be opening up this week too, so now we're having all the Broadway shows come back online, starting to be a big thing. That's a big thing in the city. Personally, I'm good, but it's a big thing. It's a lot of tourism, even to locals there. A lot of people go to these things, so now you have to show proof. But is this real? Is this really going to carry on? Is this going to be one of those stupid things that they make a big deal about for a week and then all of a sudden it just disappears? You don't hear about it again.
Well, and that doesn't kick in until September. Like, they're threatening it, but it doesn't activate or what. I can't remember how I think
go
they
into effect. Yeah. Right.
And September 13th or something like that. Right. So I think if we had like a timeline where they, it's a lot of word salad too. But if you wrote a timeline of when it's actually being enforced, I think it was September 13th. Then here's another, and I hope I'm sharing these in the most clear way of sharing them. I'm just really excited about getting this information to you guys. So bear with me.
It's working.
Okay. So back to this April 16th day. This is biggest U.S. Navy war games in 40 years. War games. So war zones to prepare for World War III across 17 time zones amid tensions with Russia, China, and Iran. Thousands of Marine sailors are taking part in the U.S. Navy's largest war games in 40 years as Washington prepares for a future war amid rising tensions with Russia and China. Fleets began the large-scale exercise on Tuesday. That's yesterday. And I'm not going to jump ahead, but I really want to with the next thing, but I won't. Okay. Keep that in mind for the next thing we're going to talk about. Because yesterday is actually today in another.
How many time zones? It's correct. Something. I was just reading.
It was talking about.
It says right here
17
on the
time zones.
40 years to prepare for World War III. 17
in a minute too. Yeah, 17 time zones. Okay, and it will continue until August 16th. Which he just talked about. There will be relief, and there will be a window where the people that didn't prepare will then have a break to then get your stuff, because then it's going to start again. There's going to be the where we're going to be, in a situation where you need resources again. So that's what that VJ was talking about. Joy Tish was talking about. So this is interesting to me how these time things are stacking up. Yeah. And this is that gut thing that we all have this. If you listen to your higher self and your gut, and as you're reading things and ask the universe to show you things, and then you're like, this goes with this, and this article goes with that. And then you start seeing things match up. And then I'm showing this to you guys. And if this resonates with you, then ask your higher self, ask God, ask whatever that is for you, what you need to do to prepare for your family or what message you need from this. So anyway, so this is what they're doing. The war drills are designed to show the U.S. readiness for potential global conflict. Forces will participate in the Atlantic and Pacific Oceans, and the exercises are designed to show the U.S. readiness for potential global conflict. Marines' ability to conduct operations in difficult environments will be tested during the drills. The U.S. 6th Fleet Commander, Vice Admiral Gene Black, said, LSE will test our commanders across the spectrum of naval warfare, from the tactical to the strategic, integrating Marine Corps to demonstrate the worldwide fleet's ability to conduct coordinated operations from the open ocean to the littoral. but it remains unknown if China and Russia will, quote, pay attention to the war games or if they will be interpreted as an act of aggression. That's kind of like a little risky. Anyway.
Yeah.
We're not sure if they know. We're just kidding. It's thought that 36 ships and more than 50 virtual units will take part in the mission alongside the military civilians, according to the Defense Post. The drill marks a return to similar Cold War exercises that were seen during the 80s. The war games come as threats posed by China and Russia do not seem to be disappearing. It goes on and on and on and on.
A lot of sabers rattling around here, huh?
Yeah, cutting edge weaponry. It goes on. I'll
saber
put a link
rattling.
To this, but yeah, in the huge parade, they're talking about. Let's see. In May, Putin vowed to defend Russia against threats from the West during a celebration to mark the end of the Second World War. In the huge parade, so this was Putin's parade. He had 12,000 troops, 191 pieces of military hardware, tanks, cutting-edge weaponry, and paraded as Moscow's military might. So,
that's a lot.
It's just a lot. I just thought it was significant when I was reading this. I'm like, what in the world would we be doing this right now? The middle of a pandemic, and you want to play war games. And then when I saw the timing of this, and we have to remember the other thing that's really strange timing-wise was this. We've talked about this on the show before, but we know that FEMA has a plan for an emergency alert test for August 11th.
Mm-hmm.
And I thought when I saw this before, I thought it was the 10th, 11th, and 12th, or maybe they didn't have the date exactly set. They weren't sure what date. I don't have that.
I don't remember seeing anything with multiple dates, but that doesn't mean it didn't happen. Okay,
maybe I didn't have a specific date. So I just looked this up, and they have this specific date now, and they're saying that the national test will consist of two portions, testing WEA and EAS capabilities. Both tests will begin at 2:20 p.m. Eastern on Wednesday, August 11th. The wireless portion will be directed only to consumer cell phones, whereas the subscriber has an opt-in to receive test messages. The second will be a nationwide test, but the first nationwide test is on a consumer opt-in basis. The test will display in either English or Spanish, depending on the setting, blah, blah, blah. Let's see.
So we heard of the EAS a bit. I don't remember hearing of the WEA all that much. I assumed it was all part of the EAS, but now we have some different things.
Yeah, so the one,
that's a first for me.
Is the emergency alert system. The other one is a wireless emergency alert. And major information about the tests include, to ensure that systems continue to be effective means of warning the public about emergencies, particularly those on a national level. Periodic testing of public alert and warning systems help to assess the operational readiness of alerting infrastructure and identify any need of technological or administrative improvements. The WEA portion of the test will be initiated using FEMA's Integrated Public Alert and Warning System, IPAWS, a centralized internet-based system administered by FEMA that enables authorities to send authenticated emergency messages to the public through multiple communication networks. The WEA test will be administered via a code that alerts only phones that have opted in. The EAS portion of the test will be initiated using FEMA-designated primary entry point stations. In the case that that the August 11th test is canceled due to widespread severe weather or other events, a backup test date is scheduled for August 25th.
Did I opt in? Did you opt in? I don't remember opting in.
Well, we'll find out if we opted in, I guess. So it says that it's going to broadcast the test for approximately 30 minutes. Good Lord.
That almost kind of sounds like they need to tell you a lot of information.
That's a long time for a test. You will receive this their phones will read, "This is a test of the National Wireless Allergen."
Maybe they have to do different areas in like a different, maybe they have to do like East Coast in one time zone and one blast, Midwest in another blast. So it would take 30 minutes to get all the blasts of, but I would assume that would have to be real time. And why wouldn't it be real time at this point?
I don't know, because it says beginning at 2:20 p.m. Eastern, the cell towers will blast the test for approximately 30 minutes. And it says the message, you should only receive the message once. And then it says it should read, "This is a test. No action is needed." Opt-in phones with a main menu in Spanish will say that in Spanish. Let's see, something about, they'll use it for dangerous weather, missing children, blah, blah, blah. Other important message. Let's see, blah, 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 blah. Okay. Anyway, so we know that is going on. And then I thought that was interesting that that's happening the same time that Mike Lindell is hosting his cyber symposium.
I don't remember seeing all this big hoopla last time there was this supposed test of the EAS, right? Didn't it blast off once 2 years ago or a year? Well, when was that? Didn't we all get a test one time on our phones from something that was weird a while back? Like, wasn't it something like a year or two maybe ago now? Maybe I'm wrong, but I thought there was something in like a September a little while back that
I don't know. It was interesting.
And it coincided with Emergency Preparedness Week, one of those years. So it might have been last year because I think I spoke about it with you.
These war games kicked off yesterday. I forgot to start that off. And then when it said it would continue to August 16th, that's when VJ said there would be a break for people who didn't prepare, and there would be that window where you would be able to get some more supplies for a little while, but then it was going to start up again.
So does that mean trade is shutting down right now secretly behind the scenes? I mean, is that what this is?
So I don't know. So I'm still kind of
well, here's my experience.
All the things out on the buffet for us to then put the.
I'm going to go pick on this one a little bit. I'm going to grab a little on my plate and I'm going to come over here. See, now by us lately, we've been having problems getting everything here. We can't, there is no, let me just think. It's just some of the most common items that there are, we just can't get. Like not the cleaning products or anything like that anymore, but if you want a good, like eggplant, there's no eggplant for some reason. They're just completely gone. There's plenty of hand cleaner.
Anywhere.
You can't get what?
Can't get Ruffles anywhere.
Ruffles?
Yeah.
As in the chips?
And can't get Ruffles. And for a while there, we couldn't get Fresca, and it was a crisis in the Davis household.
I would assume that would have been pretty bad. Did you have to mix up some fake? No, there is nothing. There is no substitute for Fresca.
No. We used Country Time lemonade for a little while. It was a rough time with the Davis household, but now we've got Fresca back. But now you can't get Ruffles. Okay. So where there are some strange things.
There doesn't seem to be the large availability. It's almost like the Ruffles factory isn't making all of the variety they used to make, or I guess maybe just not as much, or they can't get it out in time. But I'm still a pretty firm believer on that the whole supply chain globally was all messed up last what would it be, March or so, or maybe April, once the whole shutdown really got shutting down. I had read somewhere that at that point we would have 4-ish, maybe 5 or 6 months in some cases of supplies in warehouses sitting here and there that would have to run out first before we would start to see serious delays in goods getting to your normal stores and everything. And I think we started to see that at the end of last summer. And I only think it's gotten worse because, like you say, all of these local product, a lot of local products, Ruffles, I would assume, I mean, I don't know about how globalization has been in the last few years, but I would assume Ruffles are being made here in this country. I would assume.
I would think so.
Right. But it's like we're having the weirdest supply things. Like there was just something the other day that really blew my mind. It was like Diet Coke or something like that. The guy at the store is like, no, we haven't seen Diet Coke in weeks. I'm like, what do you mean? They make it by the swimming pool, like not that far from here. It's like, oh, I don't know. Goes away.
Yeah. I'm not sure. I mean, so many things don't add up. Mm-hmm. But I think we don't know how it's all connected and affected and all that. So
it was just surprising to me because I thought it would be a lot of the overseas products, the plastic bags, the little metal doohickeys, like we hear about that stuff with the cars and the microchips, but you don't hear about it going on with our local normal stuff, which is, I mean, I guess if you break the supply chain globally, it's gonna break locally for some time,
right?
Until it gets rebuilt. But sorry.
One thing. No. This is a conversation. I'm just very excited and I have a lot to share. So I'm wanting to get it all out there. So I know I'm running all over you with this.
No, I'm loving it.
And with my timeline and all that. So once again, that, and you have to, and it's all jumbled in my head, but hopefully I'm getting this all out to you guys and getting your opinions about all this. And some of it may apply and some of it may not, but I'm just kind of putting it all together, and I'm curious what everybody in the chat is thinking as well. If you guys see this all kind of going together, or maybe the cyber symposium is part of it. Maybe it's a distraction. Maybe it's not. I don't know. But I think that might be part of it, might be not. Or maybe they have the FEMA announcement thing set up in case he releases something they want to be able to get people not to look at it. They have that, emergency thing set up or not.
Right.
You know what I mean? They could turn the lights off if they need to, or not. We'll find out.
Yeah, unless they all start coming. If we see all the ships in the map that you showed earlier, if we see all those ships towards the end, all coming back home and maybe staying off our coast a little bit, kind of protecting our own waters. I don't know if we would be. I don't know. Would we be crazy enough as a country to put all our boats out all over the world like that and then yank the plug? I don't know. I maybe as peacekeepers, sort of. I don't know. I don't know if we would be so spread out if we were going to close and have to protect our own within.
I do know when I went to California with Ben, when was that? Was it last summer?
I think it's
all kind of a blur to me, but the lady that lived there, she said, she's lived in California for I don't know how long, and she's like, we've never had where you can see the ships off the coast like this. And there's been ships off the California coast for, since all this, since
parked. Cargo ships and such.
No, military ships.
Oh,
so there's already stuff out there that hasn't.
Oh, that's right. That's right. I remember you saying something about that. Yep.
Yeah. So.
Oh.
Anyway, but once again, they're saying that this war game started yesterday. And once again, remember that in global time zones, 8/4 to us in America started yesterday, like in, I don't know where that is, but wherever it is, it started yesterday to us. One thing, as we go to the Mike Lindell thing, Cyber Symposium, along these lines, I met the guy who was the producer for Deep Rig, the movie, when I was at Patriot Party Rocks, and he said he would come on my show.
Cool.
So we're going to try to have him on for the next 48 hours. You can go to Deep Rig. I think it's deeprig.com or Deep Rig
movie. Yeah, deeprigmovie.online.
.online, and you can watch it for free. You can download it and watch it for free. So in the next 48 hours, I recommend you do that. Send it to as many people as you can while you can download it for free. And it's a really concise, it's, Patrick Burns in it. There's General Flynn is in it. There's a lot of great information. And I know we all know what happened and all that, but it will give you great information. And when you're talking to people, you just got more tools in your belt to have those conversations. So I really recommend you guys do that. I put the link in the chat. I also put it as the
William
very
Lester
link
wrote
in the description.
Sorry, William Lester wrote. Cliff posted the link on his Twitter feed.
Yes,
just if anybody wants to go check that.
Yeah, so check that out. That at least was a conscious thought and stayed somewhat in line.
There you go.
Hopefully that's helpful to you guys. And so back to the 8-4 and this timeline, and then seeing our War Games announcement. This guy on Twitter that I found, and I keep seeing those weird, and we've talked about it on WuJu Wednesday before. There's these promoted tweets, and I think that I don't know if they're good guys, bad guys, maybe both, are using them as messaging, and we've played around with them with the gematria calculator some.
Oh yeah.
And different things. And there's that one where they have that weird rat bucket with the rails, and it says how you catch a bucket of rats in the middle of the night. And and I was like, do you think that they're sending these messages like we're rounding up a bunch of rats, that they're having a bunch of arrests on certain, because it's like right before a big weekend or something, or what we think might be a big weekend, they'll have these commercials where they're I wish I should have tried to find one of those that I sent you.
The rat ones?
One of the rat commercials that I sent you.
I'll find it.
I might be able to find it in our chat so I can show everybody.
They are interesting. It's one of those. They were a popular thing online for a while. Where the mice run across the little thing and they fall in. Oh, and
usually you have. Oh, my sound is getting cut out now.
You better now.
Okay.
I'm scrolling back here. There was a second film by the famous filmmaker Gil Araro Clintonio. There was a second film. And if you guys
heard about that.
Yeah, there's supposed to be a second one. That's supposed to make the first one look like a day in kiddie school. This is not the video, but this is the one.
Yes. Can you guys see that? So there's these promoted tweets, and they would show this bucket. Yeah. And it would say, look at what this mousetrap caught. Reusable, automatically resets, no mess. Get yours now. And then it shows
humane or lethal.
Yeah. Isn't this strange? And I just kept feeling like those were so weird. And so I'd send them to public. And I'm like, do you think that's like they're having big arrests?
That was on July 28th. The last one I saw here. And that was actually right after I sent you the all the penis games. Did I show this one last time where the weather got into the penis game?
Yes.
Yeah, I showed you that one. What about the podium?
The podium, you showed me that one too.
Wasn't there another one?
That was the latest one. The podium was the latest one.
I notice it now. It's hysterical. I got to put together some kind of montage of penis throughout the day. That's just everywhere.
Okay, let's stay on target here.
Well, it's funny.
I know it's funny, but okay. And then I have my last thing. Okay, hold on. I have two more things. One is a really long thread. And I know we don't have much time, but I'm going to try to blast through this. And so August 4th, here's something. August 4th is Obama's birthday. It is the Queen of England's birthday. It is Meghan Markle's birthday. It is the day they killed Marilyn Monroe. It is... Oh, I had a whole list. So, and remember that it starts yesterday for us. But So I found this guy, and we've been messaging back and forth a little bit, but he does this whole thread and talks, and you guys can kind of go through it if you follow him. And I'll go through it. I know we don't have a lot of time. I'm going to touch on a couple things, but there's also a eclipse tonight. Also, Obama is having a big birthday party for his 60th birthday party, and they're talking about cooking tonight. And you know what kind of cooking. Also, Paris Hilton is supposed to be holding a big cooking class today on 8/4.
Bummer's only 60?
Mm-hmm.
I didn't realize he's only 15 years older than me. I feel old.
Well, it happens to the best of us.
Yikes.
Papa's 90 today.
Wow.
So
happy birthday, big guy.
No, happy birthday to my dad.
How's he feeling? Good?
Yeah, he's doing good. We had a big, nice lunch for his birthday. We had Mexican food and celebrated. Ooh. He's the only nice person born today. So this goes into the reason the rat thing. So I'm reading through this. Okay, this was the other thing. August 4th is the 1 year. I'm sorry, Beirut. Was that big? Is the 1 year delta. And look how quickly we forget. You guys remember when we were like, oh my gosh, what just happened? This big.
Yeah, that was like a nuke. Yeah.
Easy to spot. And they tried to say it was like, a
shipping container fire or something, right? Because it was on the port.
Like it was like I can't remember. I wanted to say it was like fertilizer or something.
Yeah. Some kind of chemical.
Like some chemicals or something that they had. And everybody's like, no.
Which fertilizer is what supposedly did the Oklahoma City bombing.
Yeah.
So. Yeah. And then when you see the Google Earth photos now, I don't know, this one doesn't show it, but if you see the Google Earth photos now of that map, there's like a big piece missing. It's like it's not there anymore. And I don't know. That's just supposedly there were some underground things that were getting blown up, and to have the map totally change that doesn't show like the top corner of the whole thing anymore. Maybe it's true.
Very strange. So 8/8 is also the 2 year delta of the Department of Fear using code 911, section 666. You are the calm in that storm. 3 year delta of the Caracas assassination attempt. Then he goes into this other stuff. And this is why I think I didn't quite understand this. Put on the full armor of God or make a pillow fight your choice. And then, so I didn't know if that was something to do with the pillow fight, the symposium. You know, he's the pillow guy.
Mm-hmm.
Anyway, I know we don't have a lot of time there's a point to all this that I want to get to. Then 4 year delta was bad eggs. Aldi pulls bad eggs from German stores, blah, blah, blah. Nothing will slow us down. August is generally hot. National Guard. Okay, here we go. Blah, blah, blah. Hercules. Famous needle. Take the shot. Nothing's red like here. Okay, we're getting there. Then they talk about when Marilyn Monroe died. You know what spreads faster than fear? Porn. What is a honeypot?
Yeah.
Marilyn Monroe's alleged Kennedy sex tape. Blah, blah, blah. Talks about Sleeping Beauty. Anyway, this is very interesting.
Indiana Jones movies always showed a lot of that whole honeypot thing, especially the Last Crusade, when he went to Venice and met up with the woman doctor who was supposedly the doctor, but she was just like this hot chick. And she was like one of those bad guys. That's always been a thing. They did that before they got with the eviler stuff, you know.
Mm-hmm. Well, we know the honeypot was Hugh Hefner.
I think that's what the Playboy Mansion was mostly about.
Was Epstein Island, right? Oh gosh, there he goes. All right, I'm going to keep going because I know we're running out of time. But so here, I did not realize that Hugh Hefner and Marilyn Monroe's their things are next to each other. Let's see. Then it goes on. Let's see. This was the part. So they're talking about this lunar eclipse. I guess it's supposed to be tonight, and they're talking about Obama doing his birthday celebration, and I guess they're saying something about it's hot, and then it goes into, dang it, public, I need you back here because I need to ask you a question about this. Hopefully he's going to leave and come back in. But I thought this was all really interesting, and this is all about that 8-4, and we know the war games started yesterday. And then Paris Hilton's doing her show, Enjoy the Show, the cooking, premiering on August 4th. Paris, the City of Light. You'll find out. What does this represent? Maybe it's the calm before the storm. Then he goes in talking about Hunter's pipe is stuck. We decide when we call a plumber. Oh, I think he's back. Okay, it was just getting into the good part.
I made it. I was trying to watch it. I heard some of it. Yeah, but yeah, really weird. The computer just shut off.
Okay.
And I had to restart.
I'm going to go back a little bit because it's all talking about this August 4th. This is that the golden circle is an ellipse, one ring to rule them all. That's hot, which is, what Paris says, or she knows what we're saying. Then it says, did somebody say laser circle? And then I didn't know that. I don't know how the Karina creeps me out that the laser eyes is part of it, because I'm like, well, wait a minute, that's a Bitcoin thing.
Yeah. How exactly does that fit in? Like, laser focus, maybe just, but I don't know where that came from. Yeah.
So the reason we do laser eyes on Twitter is because we're supposed to be like laser eyes till Bitcoin's 100,000. That is why.
Right.
What my thing was. But anyway, then he's talking about sessions was activated on July 14th, and then this whole 7-1. Anyway, so some of it I don't understand at all. A lot of it I don't understand at all. But then he goes on.
This is just a quick side note. This is me and Rice Crypto on the top of the Hilton South Beach. This is the view from the penthouse at the Hilton South Beach Hotel, like the top one with I had 2 levels with the swimming pool on top. I've never been in anything like that, so I just wanted to throw that in there. I'm kind of cool too.
You're very cool.
I'm kind of cool. I don't know about very. I'm getting there though.
So then French Anon says, you'll find out. This is where he says, you know what this represents, a calm before the storm. And then he starts talking about Jonah, the big fish. We have the right people. We have it all. Hunter's pipe is stuck. And we know, or we think we know, what's on Hunter's laptop. We decide when we call the plumber. Suez Canal got stuck. When we have the key, we can start the ship. Evergreen is everything. So define evergreen, Rubicon, the flood is coming, drink that fountain. The tail of August, the tail of the lion, the rat. So this is where, when I started thinking the rat and those buckets and all that, right. And then 8-4, and I was like, this is when I started talking to him about, I don't know, it doesn't show my reply to him on it, but I was like, oh, Obama's, he's like, oh, that's coming in part 2. And then I started talking to him about I
remember when I was allowed to be on Twitter. The good old days.
I said, or will we see some Titanic recovery news? Lionsgate is 8-8. And he's like, yes, do you mean that yellow trap for rat? It's all connected. So yeah. Then we started talking about all that. Mm-hmm. So where's my next thing? Oh, then on August 3rd, Randy Quaid posts this. There's a storm coming. Dun, dun, dun. Okay, that's my whole presentation and all my geek out over the last 2 days.
He's great. Have you seen his little things that he does, his little videos, his little snippets he puts out? Mm-hmm. They played him off. See, he started coming out years ago with some of the truths. He started speaking up on some of the I think it was some of the sexual allegations going on in Hollywood, and sticking up for some of the other actresses and people who have been taken, who've been abused and stuff. And they kind of, made him out to be this completely crazy guy. And now, yeah, I mean, now, and great. So now he's this crazy guy, but crazy people are allowed to talk, apparently. So I don't know. He's still telling you all the same stuff. Everybody just ha ha ha. He's crazy, but he's got what, a few 100,000 followers on this and that, and I don't know. It's I'm still having a hard time why some people are allowed to talk and why some people are not allowed to talk at all. I don't understand why some channels and some people can say anything they want and literally have no consequences. Nothing happens. But I'm on like my 6th Twitter account that gets banned, and I can't get on it. I mean, what? And these people are like saying bad stuff. Like, I don't think I ever said anything bad.
The only thing I can figure is like they stop as many little accounts as they can, as quick as they can.
It's easier
but once you get to a certain point, like I think personally, I think part of the reason Danny Bongino is even a public speaker is to keep himself alive, because he was Hillary's Secret Service.
Right.
And if he wasn't public, then he would be real easy to get rid of. But he kind of has to be out there, because then people would notice if he's not around.
Yeah, that list, that Arcana-side list is pretty long. Hundreds of people, right? 2, 3, 4, 500. I mean, I don't.
Yeah, the 4th.
I don't know.
Capitol police officer is just offed himself. I don't believe that.
Yeah, hopefully those, hopefully that's not true. They would say the same thing if he was taken into protective custody or something like that also. So, I hope we don't have to assume the worst, but it doesn't sound great.
Okay, so go back with me on my whole 8-4 and this whole, 8-4 is significant. Why is Meghan Markle, the Queen of England, Obama, like all these evil people, that's their birthday?
Billy Bob Thornton, Barack Obama.
Oh, did you look it up?
Louis Armstrong. Yeah, there's a few different things here. The term the Rock of Gibraltar, that whole thing started on this day on 1704. Different events. The space probe Phoenix was launched. A year later, it landed on Mars. Some sports stuff here. Secret annex in Amsterdam, where Anne Frank and 7 others were hiding, was discovered by the Gestapo. Oh, this is the day that Anne Frank was found by the Gestapo and sent to the concentration camps. A few things in World War I. Louis Armstrong was born in 1901 on this day. Pope Leo VIII issued a tyranny partis, making Thomism the dominant philosophical viewpoint in Roman Catholicism. Not really sure what that is. The Secretary of Treasury, Alexander Hamilton, established the Revenue Marine Service, which later became the U.S. Coast Guard.
Yes, today's the Coast Guard's birthday.
Independence Day, somewhere in Africa. Marilyn Monroe. Adam Yonch. Neil Armstrong was born Neil Armstrong was born on this day. Yeah, there's a lot of things, huh? Mm-hmm. Oh, wow.
Well, you remember how you were talking about how like a lot of their rituals and things like that have to be done like on certain days, but then also the good guys will do things on certain days to like reverse the magic or whatever. So could these war games being launched yesterday through August 16th or whatever being planned, could that be the good guys reversing dark magic too?
It could be. I think that there's a lot more to, I think that they've figured out and perfected and basically really actually perfected the science behind, I guess you would call some of this witchcraft or rites or rituals or spells and that kind of thing. I think that there's actually science behind a lot of that. And I think these people figured it all out. I'm not sure. You know, I'm not sure. I mean, there's so much to it, and there's so much that we don't know. But I can go either way with it. I mean, it could, or it could just be another coincidence. But there are no coincidences. But are there coincidences? Or when you start messing with time travel and Project Looking Glass, there's got to be like those rules have to change. Then maybe there are coincidences. If you mess with time, I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know. I just felt like all this stuff was coming together, and I was like, okay, all these timelines and all these things.
See, some good things happened. Some good things happened here. The United States and the Soviet Union and the United Kingdom signed a nuclear test ban treaty on this day in 1963. So they banned testing any more nukes, which is a good thing. Lyndon B. Johnson put the Gulf of Tonkin resolution before Congress. That's a good thing. Maybe we're some. Neil Armstrong was the first man to set foot on the moon. Oh wait, what does it say? This doesn't say
today.
No. I'm reading it wrong. No, they have a double thing here. They have a picture and then they have the reading. So I'm just reading it. I'm like, because it shows him in his little outfit here, stepping on the. And I'm like, wait a second, was today when he did it? I don't know. No, maybe we should look that up. I don't know that date.
I thought they said that it was his birthday.
It is his birthday. That is what it says here.
They're just saying it's his birthday, but then like that's what he's famous for or whatever.
Yeah. I thought maybe he also, not only was it his birthday, but he also stepped on the moon on this day too.
Maybe today is just like
one of those magical,
powerful day.
Yeah, Henry the First was crowned the king of England. Yeah, there's a lot going on here. After the atomic bomb, something happened. Oh wait, is that this? No, it switched to another day now. So we're right around the time that the first atomic bomb the first atomic bomb was dropped. That's 2 days from now. So yeah, a lot of big things have been happening. August is usually just like the heat of the summer, and I don't know. August for me has always been kind of blah because it's the middle of the summer and you're trying to enjoy what you can before it starts to get cold next month. You know, I feel like August is one of those months that everybody just kind of breezes right through, you know, hanging out by the pool or doing whatever.
Well, I think it's going to be heating up. So I think everybody should not panic. Everybody should be, you know, happy and peaceful and positive and all that. But I'm just want everybody to kind of be paying attention. And I was just seeing this information and I just wanted to get your feedback on it because it was really interesting that some of these same dates and things were kind of lining up. And then, you know, hearing the emergency broadcasting, you know, kind of warnings. And then just, I thought it was really interesting. And it's WuJu Wednesday.
So it is.
We're here for your entertainment, education, and, you know,
a little bit of crazy talk.
A little bit of crazy talk. So you guys take with it, make it what you will, and put your spin on it yourselves. And
if it feels good, if it resonates, if it's something we said maybe wants you to research, you know, a little more into one thing we said, and you know, then maybe that would help you out or help out where you are in the world or help you get a better understanding of things or hopefully give people a little bit of peace because there's so much of the unknown. There's so much information. There's so much going on that we have no idea what the heck is going on. Basically, we're still a country in shock. I think a lot of us, And, the shock keeps getting worse by what we hear going on, especially like what's just happened in New York recently. But yeah, we gotta stay positive with it. And, just like with Nicera Jacera, real or not, you can will things into existence that haven't existed before, that are new. People can do these things. Maybe that's part of what we're supposed to be doing here also. Keeping, basically praying, putting our positive energy towards something that we want to succeed and go forward. If you give it your energy, if we give it our energy, no matter what it is, it's going to go forward. Unfortunately, we all know all too well that this happens a lot of time with bad stuff too. You have an argument with somebody, you get into a bad spot in your life or something. It could be anything. The more you focus on how much something sucks or how bad it is, it always kind of seems to perpetuate a little bit. It never seems to go away when you focus on how bad your day is going. You kind of just seem to have a worse day at the end of the day than you started with.
That's I think a great point. When we had which if I haven't released it to the public, I'll go do that. When Jill Jardine was on with SL the last time we did our Bitcoin. No, was it with you?
Which one?
The one we did with Jill.
It was last week, right?
Was it last week?
I think so.
Oh my gosh, it's a blur. I've been doing too many videos lately. But and she said to focus on August 8th.
Yeah.
She was talking about how magical a lot of these people, that she's been doing a lot of readings with people that are in crypto. And she's like, you guys don't realize how much, how high vibration a lot of you are. And she's like, and how high vibration the crypto community in general, and how much crypto is high vibration people. And she's like, if you guys will like all collectively make an effort to pray or meditate on August 8th at 8:08, either in the morning or at night or both, you guys could move this market and really like launch it, kind of like force its hand a little early, a little earlier, and make these moves.
Like every time there's a meetup, there's a little bump. There has been since my first one in San Francisco. There's always a little bump up during these meetups, always. Except the last one in Miami, where it took a dump on everybody.
That's right. That's going to happen. And also, we talked a little bit before this video, and you are going to try to make it to Kansas City.
Yes. I don't see why not.
Our very first happy hour and crypto class on August 27th and 28th. So I will hope that everybody that is anywhere near Kansas City can join us. Bring any newbies that you have so that they can have fun with us at the happy hour on the 27th. We're going to be meeting at Old Chicago in Olathe. And then I'm not sure of the name of the place that we're having the crypto class the next day, but it's close by on the 28th, the next day. So we'll be doing that. I'll get all that information. I'll have it all for you guys for the happy hour video this Friday, and have all that for you. So super excited.
Should be a lot of fun. I hope it works out for everybody. I hope I get to go. I mean, I'm ready.
Oh yeah, me too. It'll be a lot of fun. So, all right, everybody, put your
shout out to the chat. Yep. Shout out to the chat. Thank you, everybody. Please share, please like, please make sure everybody's subscribed. Help us get this information out. They keep shutting us down. We had trouble starting today. I disappeared offline in the middle of this.
I wasn't able to send you the link.
You weren't able to text me things today. So so if you guys can, I really appreciate it. I know Lisa appreciates it. Give her Patreon a chance for the $5. It's $5.
Yeah, I appreciate it. I had 4 new people join Patreon this week. I really appreciate it. I send everybody a message that joins and offer them a time to meet with me on video. And I just want to always make sure that I get to meet them and thank them in person. So, and then make sure I have good communication. So I really appreciate the support. It helps. And that's what I'm using to get this thing started, where we're doing these monthly meetups. And I'm trying to cover the Airbnb for all my co-hosts on the show, so that I can try to get all my co-hosts to be able to come attend the meetup, so you guys can meet everybody in person too. So trying to do all I can for the community and get more people into crypto, get more freedom going for our country. So hopefully you guys can join us in this. So we'll see you guys next time. And if you're watching this later, if you weren't here for the live, tell us what you thought in the comments. I'm curious what everybody's thinking. If you guys are vibing on this 8-4 thing. I just think there's something else going on with all this. It's just bizarre to me. And happy birthday to Papa T. We love you.
Happy birthday, Papa T.
Bye, guys.